to the DCD classes on thermal sciences, where we deal with the thermodynamic system, thermodynamic process, gas turbine, steam. I am Mr. Prashant Kamath, Senior Lecturer from Department of Mechanical Engineering, Kendra Engineering College. To start with, the zero absolute scale temperature is at given options are 0 degrees centigrade, 100 degrees centigrade, 273 degrees centigrade and minus 273 degrees centigrade. The right answer is D. To explain, we can use this sketch. From the sketch, it is very clear that in the Kelvin scale at 0 degree absolute temperature, the Celsius scale shows minus 273 degrees centigrade. Therefore, the answer D is right. So we can proceed to the next question. The next one is a heat transfer without medium is given options conduction, convection, radiation and absorption. The answer is C. Conduction and convection needs the media for heat transfer. Even absorption is a media of heat transfer due to molecular, but only radiation, that is the heat transfer, can be taken place in the vacuum, or the heat radiation that we get from the sun is a very good example for this one. Next question is, which of the following is the intensive property of thermodynamic system? Given options: volume, temperature, mass and energy. The right answer is B, which explains the intensive properties are independent of mass and extensive properties are dependent of mass. Volume, mass and energy are dependent of the mass and temperature is independent of the mass. To proceed with, which of the following law stores the internal energy of the gas is a function of temperature? Given options are Charles law, Joule's law, Reynolds law and Boyle's law. The right answer is B, that is Joule's law. The Joule's law states that it is a part of internal energy of an ideal gas and it is independent of its volume and pressure and dependent only on the temperature. Next one, which law defines the thermal equilibrium state more than two thermal systems? Given options are Joule's law, zeroth law, first law and second law. The right answer is B. The zeroth law deals with the equality of temperature. Means if one body is thermal equilibrium with the second body, then it are in turn they are in thermal equilibrium. Next question, 100 degree centigrade when expressed in absolute scale is 100 degree Kelvin, 0 degree Kelvin, 273 degree Kelvin, 373 Kelvin. Answer is D. We have already discussed in the question number 1 where using a sketch, right? Here the given temperature is 100 degree centigrade. So 100 degree centigrade corresponding to 100 degree centigrade in the Kelvin scale, it is the 373 Kelvin. That is the right answer. So, to proceed with, we have the next question. The gas law, which gives the relation between pressure and the volume change, is Boyle's law, Charles law, Gauge law and Hooke's law. The right answer is A. The Boyle's law is the law that deals with the pressure and the volume of the gas and has a inverse relation. If the volume increases, then the pressure decreases and vice versa when the temperature is held constant. The amount of heat rejected to raise the temperature of 1 gram of water through 1 degree centigrade. Given options are heat capacity, conductivity, calorie and joule. The right answer is C, that is calorie. Heat capacity of a thermal capacity of a physical body is defined as the amount of heat that is to be supplied to a given mass of material to produce unit change of temperature. But conductivity is defined as the measure of ease of electrical change, or in thermal science we can tell it is for the mode of heat transfer in conduction, it is a measure, and joule is a unit of heat or work. To proceed with, the next question is, when both the mass and energy is allowed to cross boundary, the system is called. Given options are open, closed, isolated and none. The right answer is B. Open system deals either the mass or energy transfer. Closed system deals only energy transfer. Isolated system deals neither the mass nor the energy transfer. Therefore, here the answer is B. To proceed with next question, we have which of the following is an intensive property? Given options are temperature, volume, energy and none. The right answer is A. The intensive property is independent of the mass and extensive property are dependent of the mass. So, given explanation, we can understand the two bodies having same parameter temperatures, then they are called as a intensive property. The fastest mode of heat transfer is the given options are conduction, convection, radiation and transmission. Answer is C, that is a radiation. The radiation is the fastest mode of heat transfer while conduction is the slowest mode of heat transfer. The absolute temperature, the pressure and the volume given mass is 1, 273, minus 273 and 0. The answer is D. The absolute zero temperature of a system is the state of the lowest having possible energy. The next question, in cold countries, the windows are provided with the double door because of given options are air between the two windows behave a perfect insulator, the air between the two windows behave a perfect conductor, the third option is to strengthen the windows, then the last one is security purpose. The right answer is A because it is air is a bad conductor. That's why they are provided to have the room temperature little bit higher that are used. The next question is which of the following is not an intensive property of the system? The given options are mass, temperature, volume and energy. Answer is B and we have discussed in the earlier section. Next question, the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 kg of water to 1 degree centigrade is 1 calorie, 1 joule, 1 kilogram, 1 kilojoule. These are the options provided and the right answer is B. The calorie is the unit of heating value of the mass which is expressed in kg. The next question is, in case of ideal gas, the volume of where the value of the pressure or the volume of the coefficient is 1 by 273, minus 1 by 273, 273 degrees centigrade and minus 273 degrees centigrade. The answer is A, right? It is 1 by 273, that is equal to 0.00366 per degree centigrade. The next question is, the volume is an example of dash property. This has been repeated many times and the answer is B, which is a extensive property. The next question is pressure is a that property. So given options intensive, extensive, both intensive and extensive and none. The right answer is A, that is a intensive, which is a independent of the mass. The next option, next question, sorry, the value of the universal gas constant is given options are 8.34, 3.84, 4.38 and none. The answer is A. The explanation is we have universal gas constant R is equal to 8.314 kilojoule per Kelvin. And if it is a particular gas constant, we will tell universal gas constant divided by. The next question is, during which process the entropy remains constant, or during isentropic process what is constant? The given options are enthalpy, entropy, temperature and work. During an isentropic process, entropy remains constant. Enthalpy remains constant during throttling, and if the temperature remains constant, that is called as isothermal process. The next question is, the value of molar gas constant is given option 8.314, 3.814, 1.834 and 4.831. The right answer is A, that is 8.314 kilojoule per kg Kelvin is the right answer. Conduction mainly occurs in solid, convection, radiation and none. The right answer is A. It takes place in solid, convection in liquid and radiation in a vacuum. The next question, the gas law apply to ideal gases only, real gases only, ideal and real and none. The right answer is A, that is for ideal gas only, where PV is equal to RT is the mathematical. The next question is, the poliotropic index is unity for which process? Right? The given options are isothermal, isobaric, isochoric and isentropic. Here we should know the expression PVN is equal to constant for which process. Means if N is equal to 1, that is PV is equal to constant, is called as isothermal process. If it is N is equal to 0, it is called as isobaric. If it is infinity, it is called as isochoric, and for isentropic there is a gamma. The next one is, the isothermal process is constant for pressure, temperature, volume and velocity. The out of given option, answer is B. Pressure is constant for isobaric, temperature is constant for isothermal, and for adiabatic process Q is constant, and work done is 0 for isochoric process. The next question is, zeroth law of thermodynamics forms the basis for which measurement? Given options are pressure, temperature, work and energy, and the right answer is B, that is a temperature. The zeroth law deals with the equality of temperature. The work done during the constant volume process is maximum, 0, positive, negative. The right option is B, right? This has been discussed in the earlier slide. The next question is, absolute pressure is the sum of atmospheric pressure and which pressure? Given options are gauge, normal, standard, none. And the right answer is A, that is absolute pressure is the sum of gauge pressure and atmospheric pressure. 110 degree Kelvin temperature is equal to which centigrade temperature? Given options are 373, 273, 163 and 63. The right answer is C, that is 110 Kelvin minus 273 gives to minus 163 degree centigrade. Therefore, answer C is right. The next one, in adiabatic process, no exchange of takes place is work, heat, work and heat and none are the given options. The right answer is B, that is no work done is a constant volume process. Next question is, the envelope that separates thermodynamic system from the surrounding is known as. Given options are surrounding, system, boundary and universe. The right answer is C, that is a boundary. So you can see from the sketch, right, in the this is the boundary which has been drawn, and here the turbine or is the system, and the outside the boundary, that is called as the surrounding. This is the surrounding. So next question is the pressure for a perfect gas occur at minus 273, 0 degree centigrade, 273 and none. The right answer is A, that is minus 273 degree centigrade. The specific heat at a constant pressure is whether it is more, less or same as the specific heat of the constant volume is the question. In the answer is A, and we have to understand the specific heat rate, that is Cp. The Cp is always greater than Cv, that is at a constant volume. The next question is the zeroth law of thermodynamics established equilibrium between two bodies due to mechanical, is it due to thermodynamics, is it due to thermal, and none. The right answer is C. The zeroth law deals with the thermal equilibrium. The next question is the adiabatic system can exchange energy in the form of whether it is a heat, work, heat and work, and none. The right answer is B, that is a work. So the dithermic boundary is one which brought between the system and the surrounding allow only heat transfer, that is Q is not equal to 0, but there will be work transfer. The next question is the equation of the state per kg of perfect gas is given by given equations are P square V is equal to RT, PV is equal to RT, PV square is equal to RT, and P square V square is equal to RT. The right answer is B, that is PV is equal to RT, where P stands for pressure, V stands for volume, R is a universal gas constant, and T is the temperature. The next question is the equation of the state of an ideal gas relation between the variable is, first option is pressure and volume, the second one is pressure and temperature, C is pressure, volume and temperature, and the fourth one is none. This is the earlier question. The answer is C, and we have discussed in the earlier question also. PV is equal to RT, where P stands for pressure, V stands for volume, R is universal gas constant, and T is the temperature. Proceeding to the next question, which law comes under ideal gas law? Is it Boyle's law, Charles' law, Van der Waals law, both Boyle's and Charles' law? The answer is D, that is both Boyle's and Charles' law comes under ideal gas, whereas the Van der Waals equation comes under ideal gas equation. The next question is the system comprising of a single phase is called as, is it an open system, closed system, isolated system, and homogeneous system? The answer is D. For that we can explain the homogeneous system, ice, water, dry saturated steam, right? These are the example for the homogeneous system, whereas the heterogeneous system we can give the example where it is a mixture of the water and oil. Proceeding for the next question, the temperature at which the volume of the gas becomes 0 is called as absolute scale of temperature. Is it absolute zero temperature or absolute temperature and none of the above? The right answer is B, that is a absolute zero temperature, which is been nothing but minus 273.15 degrees centigrade, or it can be equivalent to minus 459.67 degrees centigrade. A definite area space where some thermodynamic process takes place is known as, is it thermodynamic system, is it thermodynamic process, or thermodynamic cycle, or thermodynamic law? The answer is A, that is a thermodynamic system. So where I am having a system, in this case it is a power plant, can be mentioned as a thermodynamic system. The next question is, keeping the temperature constant, if the pressure of the gas doubled, what happens to the volume? Here we can see the options given are remains constant, doubles, reduces to 1/4, and reduces to half. Answer is D, and we have the equation that the pressure PV is equal to constant, and if I have to take only pressure, it is constant divided by volume. On doubling the pressure, the volume must be halved of that of a original state. Next question is the Kelvin-Planck law deals with the whether it is a conversion of the liquid into solid is the first option. Second option is conversion of solid into liquid. The third option is conversion of liquid into gases, and the last option is a conversion of heat into work. The right answer is D, where it is a conversion of heat into work. And Kelvin's Planck statement is also called as a second law of thermodynamics. The next question is the heating of the gas at a constant pressure is governed by Boyle's law, Charles' law, Gauge's law or Joule's law. The right answer is B, and it has been given the statement as the volume is directly proportional to absolute temperature, assuming it is a closed system. And Boyle's law, we know that pressure is directly proportional to temperature, and the Gauge's law is we can tell when the volume is kept constant, it is directly proportional to given mass is directly proportional to temperature, and Joule's law is something we use to measure for the resistance of the circuit in the electrical energy. The next question is the general law of expansion of compression in PV raised to n is equal to constant. The process is said to be hypothetic if n is equal to, the given options are 0, 1, gamma and infinity. The answer is C, that is gamma. The error in the equation, but D can be answered if it is moving as a vertical straight line. So we can consider there was a mistake in the question which is appeared in the question paper. The next one is the gas constant R is equal to the dash of specific heats. The given options are sum, difference, product and ratio. The answer is B. It is nothing but the difference, right? The ratio is gamma value. The pressure is directly proportional to the absolute temperature at a constant volume is. Given options are Boyle's law, Charles' law, Gauge's law and Boltzmann law. The right answer is B, and we can explain that it states that the given mass of an ideal gas at a constant pressure, the volume is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. The Boyle's law is applicable for is the next question, where the options are isothermal process, isobaric process, isochoric process and isotropic process. The right answer is A. It is applicable to the isothermal process where PV is equal to constant. The next question is the energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be transformed from one form to another. This statement is known as zeroth law, first law, second law and none. The right answer is B, that is the first law. The zeroth law always deals with the equality of temperature, and second law always, that is also called as the Kelvin's Planck statement, is deals with the second law. So the given question is relevant to the first law. The next question is the measurement of the temperature is based on, the given options are the zeroth law, first law, second law and none, and the answer is zeroth law. We know that this law serves the basis of validity of the temperature measurement. Means if one body is thermal equilibrium with the second body, in turn they are in thermal equilibrium. The next question is when the gas is heated at a constant volume, the heat supplied is increases the internal energy of the gas. Next option, decreases the internal energy of the gas. Third option, does some external work during expansion, increased the pressure of the gas. And the right answer is A, that is increases the internal energy of the gas at a constant volume. The heat supplied increases the internal energy of the gas. The next question is a process in which the gas is heated or expanded in such a way that the product of its pressure and volume remains constant is called as The options are hyperbolic process, isothermal process, adiabatic process and polytropic process, and the right answer is B, that is isothermal process, where PV is equal to constant. The next question, when a perfect gas is expanded through aperture in a small aperture, then it is called as, the given options are isothermal process, throttling process, free expansion, adiabatic process, and the right answer is B, that is a throttling process. The throttling process is a process where the fluid flows through small aperture as shown in the sketch. If the value of the n is equal to gamma, the equation of PV raised to n is equal to constant, the process is called as, options are isothermal process, constant volume process, adiabatic process and hyperbolic process, and the right answer is C, that is adiabatic process. So if the value of n is equal to 1, then it is called as isothermal. If it is infinity, it is called as constant volume, and any value it is given as a hyperbolic. Let us see the next question, where the entropy may be expressed as dq by dt, dq minus dt, dq plus dt, dq into dt, and the right answer is A, that is q by t or dq by dt. So entropy is nothing but heat rejected to temperature of the surrounding. The next question is, when two bodies are in thermal equilibrium with the third body, then they are in thermal equilibrium with each other. This statement is, we have already discussed, but the option given here are zeroth law, first law, second law and Kelvin-Planck's law, and the answer is zeroth law. That is the zeroth law deals with the equality of temperature. The next question is, the system changes its state from one equilibrium to other state of equilibrium. The path followed in a successive state is called as thermodynamic system, B, thermodynamic process, thermodynamic or thermodynamic law. The right answer is thermodynamic process. The system is nothing but system surrounding plus universe, but process is from change of state or from one to other. The next question given is, the first of thermodynamics deals with the conservation of, the given options are mass, momentum, energy, inertia. Right answer is C, that is energy. Energy neither be created nor destroyed. It can be changed from one form to other form. This is the corollary of first law. The next question is, the Joule's law states the specific internal energy depends on, given option, the pressure of the gas, the volume of the gas, the temperature of the gas, and none. The right answer is C, that is the temperature of the gas. And we can explain, Joule law states that the perfect gas, the internal energy is independent of the pressure and volume and depends only on temperature. The next question is, the adiabatic process is one which, given options are, temperature is constant, volume is constant, enthalpy is constant and entropy is constant. And the right answer is A, that is temperature is constant. Temperature is constant for the adiabatic process, where there is no exchange of temperature. The next question is, the following process does not involve neither nor rejection of heat. The given options are constant pressure, isothermal process, adiabatic process, constant volume process, and the right answer is C, that is adiabatic process. Constant pressure only pressure process, where the temperature remains constant and the volume that changes in the isochoric process. The next question is, the general law of expansion or compression is PV raised to n is equal to constant. The process is said to be isobaric if n is equal to 1, 0, any value or infinity. The right answer is B, where pressure is constant is called as a isobaric. The next question is, work done at a constant volume process is called as isochoric, isobaric, isothermal, isentropic. And the right answer is A, that is a isochoric, where pressure remains a constant, volume remains constant, but if the pressure remains constant, it is called as a isobaric process. The next question is, in dash process, enthalpy remains constant. The given options are adiabatic, isothermal, throttling and none. And the right answer is C, that is throttling process. During throttling process, which passes through small valve, orifice or porous, the enthalpy remains constant. The next question is, the free expansion is a dash process. Given options are reversible, irreversible, both reversible and irreversible, and none. The right answer is B, which is a irreversible process. Right? If I am having a small aperture in a vacuum, I cannot identify whether it is a reversible process. The next question is, in a isothermal process, the internal energy, the given options are high, low, 0, nil. The right answer is C. So the internal energy is constant and net change of internal energy is 0 for a perfect gas. The next question is set 2, where the throttling process Q and W is equal to, given options are high, low, 0, none. For a throttling process, the Q and W are C, 0 value. Only enthalpy remains constant. Here it is considered as adiabatic and no work done. The next question is, a series of operation which takes place in a certain order and restore the initial condition is known as reversible process, irreversible process, thermodynamic cycle, none. And the right answer is C, that is thermodynamic cycle. The Brayton cycle, Rankine cycle are example for any thermodynamic cycle. To add, we can add diesel cycle, Otto cycle and dual cycle. The next question is, dash remains constant during reversible adiabatic process. The given options are work, heat, both work and heat, none. And the right answer is B, both and work and heat remains a constant during reversible process. No transfer of heat that takes place. The next question is, the heating and expanding of a gas is called as thermodynamic system, thermodynamic process, thermodynamic cycle, thermodynamic law. And the right answer is B, that is thermodynamic process. If series of operation where initial state is reached is called as thermodynamic cycle, otherwise it is a process. The next question is, what type of compressor is used for gas turbine? This comes under the third set of questions, where I am having sliding vane, centrifugal, axial flow and none of the above. The right answer is C, that is axial flow. The axial compressor is a gas compressor that continuously pressurizes the gas. Therefore, it is used in the gas turbine. The next question is, a closed cycle gas turbine works on dash. Given options are Carnot cycle, Rankine cycle, Ericsson cycle, Joule cycle. And the right answer is D, that is a Joule cycle. And other name is also called as the Brayton cycle. The Carnot cycle is hypothetical or reference cycle. Rankine cycle is used in steam power plants or thermal power station. Ericsson cycle is used in IC engine, but the given option was for a gas turbine. Next question is, the thermal efficiency of the gas turbine as compared to the diesel engine plant is, given options are lower, higher, same, none. And the right answer is A, that is lower. gas turbine efficiency is around 15 to 20%. Therefore, it is comparatively lower because the compressor utilizes the power required. If you remember the sketch for the gas turbine, right? The gas turbine, see here I got a compressor and it has been coupled with the turbine on the same shaft, and the power required, right? Of course, there is a combustion chamber in between. So the power required for the compressor has been taken by turbine. The next question is, the gas turbines are dash engine. Given options are external combustion engine, internal combustion engine, non-combustion engine, none. And the right answer is A, that is a external combustion engine. External combustion engine, the examples are boiler, gas turbine, furnace. The next question is, the blades of a gas turbine are generally made of dash cobalt alloy. It is whether it is a nickel, next option is steel, copper, none. And the right answer is A, nickel based superalloys are used for the gas turbine blades. The next question is, the paraffin is the fuel used in the jet engine because of its dash freezing point. The right answer, the given options are high, low, both high and low, none. And the right answer is A, that is high. It is around minus 47 degree or minus 53 degree Fahrenheit. The next question is, the fuel and oxidizer carried by the rocket are known as dash. The given options are smelter, combustion chamber, exploser, none. The right answer is A, smelter. Smelter is used in the steel factory. The next question, the type of the turbines are dash and dash. The given options are high and low, critical and high, commercial and non-commercial, D, none. The right answer is A, high and low. The primary shaft bears the compressor and high-speed turbine, while the second shaft bears the low-speed turbine as a power turbine. The next question is, constant volume gas turbine is also known as dash turbine. Given options are combustion, non-combustion, Rankine, dual. And the right answer is A, combustion cycle. Rankine for steam power plant, dual for IC engine. The next question is, work done to run a compressor in a gas turbine is provided by, given options are turbine itself, DG set, steam boiler, none. And the right answer is A, turbine itself. Due to efficiency is always less, around 15%, because of this reason. The next question is, the state of the substance whose evaporation from its liquid state is complete. Given options are steam, vapor, air, perfect gas. Of course, it is in the problem numerical from the steam. Given answer is B, that is a vapor. When the temperature is 99.6 or 100 degrees, say, at 1 bar pressure, it changes its phase from liquid to gas, that is a vapor state. The next question is, supersaturated steam is also called as, the given options are saturated steam, single phase mix, two phase mix, dry steam. The right answer is D, that is a dry steam. Dry vapor, X is equal to 1. For a saturated vapor, or if it is a single phase mix, we will have the dryness fraction less than 1. The next question is, the point at which the latent heat becomes 0 is called as critical, boiling, triple, none. And the right answer is critical. The critical point is the state beyond which it is difficult to distinguish liquid and vapor. If you remember the sketch of the PV diagram for this one is called as a liquid state, this is a liquid, this is a mixture, and this is called as a superheated, right? So this point at where both at the peak point where the liquid and the gas are meeting together, that is called as critical point. We will pass on to the next question. The amount of heat required from 0 degree to its boiling point, it is called as dash heat. The given options are sensible, latent, super, none. Answer is B. Up to 100 degrees centigrade, the sensible more than 100 degrees temperature, it is a superheat. To explain this one, it is better to take the help of the graph from 0 to its saturation temperature, I will redraw this diagram once again, right? Then straight line, then up. So this region is called as the heat required from its 0 degree to its saturation temperature, that is called as a sensible heat. If it is for a phase change from its this point to its change of phase, that is called as a latent heat. If beyond the latent heat, if it is getting superheated, it is a superheat. I hope it is clear to you now. Let us pass on to next question. The next question is, the amount of heat required for its phase change is called sensible heat, latent heat, super, and none, and we have answered this one. Let's see the next question. The drainage fraction is defined as, the given options are mass of the steam to the mass total, or the ratio of the mass total to the mass steam, or to the ratio of mass liquid to the mass total, and D, none. The right answer is A, that is mass of the steam or mass of the vapor to total mass. So drainage fraction is also called as quality of the steam and denoted by the symbol X. So it is ranging from 0 to 1. 0 means I have got liquid and 1 means it is a dry saturated. Let us see the next question. The process which is shown in the vertical line on the molar diagram, given options are entropy, energy, enthalpy, none. Yes, we know the molar diagram is also called as HS diagram, and it is the entropy. The H value has been shown over here, that is in the x-axis. On the x-axis you will get enthalpy and entropy in the y-axis. So that is also called as a HS diagram or molar diagram. Let us see the next question. The Rankine cycle has dash thermal efficiency than the Carnot vapor power cycle. The given options are less, more, same, and none. Rankine cycle has the efficiency surely is less than that of Carnot cycle. Rankine cycle has the efficiency around 30 to 35%. Carnot cycle we can go up to 50%, but Carnot cycle is a hypothetical cycle which has more cycle efficiency, means it is an imaginary cycle or which can be done in the research lab only. Practically Carnot cycles are not available commercially. Next question is, the point where liquid and vapor phases meet is called as, given options, dry state, triple point, superheat, none. So the curve if I draw, this is the liquid one, this is the region where I am having the mixture, and this is I have got a completely superheated state. So the question is here, the liquid and vapor state, means this is a liquid plus vapor is this point, and this point is called as a dry state. So the option A is much relevant over here. Here the option, first option will be more relevant. Let us see the answer. The given is dry state. So for this one, the dryness fraction or the quality of the steam X is equal to 1. Let us move to the next question, where it has been asked, during addition of latent heat, temperature of the system. So what is latent heat? And let us see the options what are given. Remains constant, decreases, increases, and none. So to understand, during the addition of latent heat, the temperature of the system, see, we know that to draw the curve, right, this is sensible heat. Up to sensibility is applied up to saturation point. After that, involved is the latent heat, then it comes as a superheat. So during this point, in the between, the temperature will be remaining constant. Let us examine the answers what has been given over here. So the answer is A, that is remains constant. And latent heat is the heat transfer required to complete for the phase change to take place. Let us move to the next one, that is in the molar diagram for HS chart, H stands for what and S stands for what. The given options are enthalpy entropy, entropy energy, entropy enthalpy, D none. And the right answer is A, that is enthalpy and entropy. From the chart also we can make it clear. So on the x-axis it is a H, that is a enthalpy. On the y-axis it is a entropy. So we can also use the molar diagram for finding out the drainage fraction also. The triple point of the water is, given option is 0 degree, 10 degree, 100 degree and none. The right answer is A. Triple point is a point where all the three phases of the liquid, in case of water, that is ice, water and steam, that remains equilibrium. So answer is the right answer. Let us go to the next question. Molar diagram is a plot of, given options are temperature, entropy, drainage fraction and all. The answer is all, because in the molar diagram we can see, as told earlier, enthalpy we can see, entropy we can see, also we can see the dryness fraction. Here the dryness fraction is X is equal to 1, or quality of the steam. Here it is X is equal to 0.9, means within the curve we can also examine that not only the enthalpy and entropy, but surely we can also see the dryness fraction. The next question is saturation temperature dash with the increase in pressure, whether it increases, decreases, same or none. So saturation temperature will always increases with the increase in pressure. Means at atmospheric condition we have got 100 degree as the boiling point, but high pressure it is be more. That's why pressure cookers are working on under this principle. Let us see the next option. That is the steam coming out of the pressure cooker is, the given options are dry, saturated, superheated, none. The steam coming out of the pressure, it is answer is saturated. And generally the steam which we can see from our naked eyes, they are saturated, right? If it is superheated or if it is dry, it is colorless. Let us move to the next one. Steam power plant works on, given options are Rankine cycle, Brayton cycle, diesel cycle and none. The right option is Rankine cycle. Brayton cycle is used in gas turbines, and diesel power plants works on diesel cycle, and there are n number of thermodynamic cycles that which we come across. The next question is the drainage fraction of the wet steam is always, given options is 1, more than 1, less than 1, exactly 0. Drainage fraction is a range from 0 to 1. So it is always for wet steam it is always less than 1. For dry steam only it is 1. And superheated steam also it is 1 only, because the scale counts from 0 to 1. Let us see the next question. Wetness of the steam is measured by calorimeter, hydrometer, viscometer and none. The wetness is or the dryness fraction is measured by calorimeter, right? The viscometer is a measure of viscosity. And let us see the next question. The phase diagram used for easy reference of a pure substance is molar diagram, HS diagram, enthalpy entropy diagram, all the above. The right answer is D, all the above, because molar diagram itself is called as the HS diagram and it is also enthalpy entropy diagram. Let us see the next question. The expression that represents Boyle's law is, given option is PV is equal to constant, PT is equal to constant, Vt is equal to constant, Pvt is equal to constant. The right answer is A. We have came across the same question in the earlier slide, that is a PV is equal to RT is the ideal gas equation. So if two gases are given, it is P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Let us move to the next one. Here the land and sea breeze is an example of, given options are conduction, convection, condensation, radiation. So out of the four options, the right answer is B, that is a convection. So convection takes place whenever there are fluid is there. So here air is a fluid and the land also is a between solid and a liquid phase or solid and fluid state. It is a convection takes place. If it is a pure metal, then only conduction takes place. For radiation, as we discussed earlier, there is no need of any media, that it can also take place in a vacuum. So let us see the next question. The volume of the gas at 30 degrees centigrade is 22 liters. At what temperature the gas must be heated for its volume becomes 4 liters at a constant pressure? The given options are 300 degrees centigrade, 273 degrees centigrade, 333 degrees centigrade and 606 degrees centigrade. And the right answer is D, 606, because we have the ideal gas equation, that is PV is equal to RT, and if you see as V is doubled, temperature also doubled, because here we can see V is directly proportional to temperature, right? There is a relation between volume and temperature, they are directly proportional. Hence, as the volume is doubled, we will get a temperature doubler. But mistake in the given answer is, it is we have 273 has been given, but when you converting into centigrade to Kelvin, it will become 303. Doubling will get a 606 degree centigrade, but by mistake it has been happened in the question paper. Let us see the next question. Working of the pressure cooker is based on dash principle. The given options are Boyle's law, Charles law, Laplace law or Gauss law. The answer is D, Gauss law. Here basic principle of the food cook is faster at high temperature. The governing law is Gauss law. Let us move to the next one. That is, measure of average kinetic energy of all the particles in the gas is, given options are heat, mechanical energy, chemical energy, temperature, and the right option is D, that is temperature. So temperature is a measure of average kinetic energy of all the molecules in the gas. So as the temperature, therefore the kinetic energy of the gas changes, the RMS speed of the gas molecule also changes. Let us move to the next one. According to the first law of thermodynamics, what parameter remains constant? The given options are total internal energy of the system, internal energy, entropy, enthalpy during the process remains constant, total energy of the system remains constant, work done by the system is equal to the heat transferred by the system. The right answer is C, because the first law, which is Q is equal to W, here to the corollary we add internal energy. So according to first law, the parameter that remains constant is Q and W, and internal energy also changes from one form to other form. So let us move to the next question. The efficiency of the closed cycle compared to open cycle gas turbine is lower, higher, equal, and not comparable. The right answer is B, that is a higher. A large single scale turbine will have, that is a 100 to 400 megawatt, will have the efficiency only at a range of 35 to 40%. Why? Because the maximum power developed by the turbine has been used by the compressor itself. Therefore, the efficiency drops. Let us move to the next one. The overall efficiency of the ideal gas turbine is R, pressure ratio is R to the power gamma 1 minus R gamma minus 1, 1 minus 1 by R gamma minus 1 by gamma. Then the last option is 1 minus 1 by R gamma by gamma minus 1. The right answer is C. So there ends our DCET sessions. I wish all the students all the best. Thank you.